All right, we have a quorum, and we're missing one for sure, and we'll wait for we have one more person coming in, but we have five, and that's a quorum on seven. That's how many people are on the subcommittee this year. Welcome everyone to the K-12 Education Subcommittee in session 2026. Just a few reminders, and I think it looks like everybody understands this already. If you're a member and you're on, as much as possible, keep your camera on so we can see you and talk to you a little bit. If you are an advocate or a representative of a particular group, we ask you to keep your camera off until such a time as a member asks me to recognize you, and I don't ever deny members if they have a question that they want to ask, or if we need information, to be sure. I'm going to do this real quick because I think we have some regulars here. And so real quickly, I'm going to let the people who are here along with us introduce themselves. Sam Mathias, I see you at highest on my screen. Can you just turn your camera on and your mic and just tell us who you are and who you represent? All right. We're going to give her, oh, there we go. There's change. Sam, we're not gonna lose you, but we're gonna move on and we'll come back around to you. Jessica Goff, can you identify yourself for us and just introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, my name is Jessica Goff. I'm the Government Affairs Associate with the Maryland Association of Boards of Education. I am in the car, so I'm not turning on my camera.
Fair enough. We don't really require you to necessarily. Like I
Yep.
said, mostly you're here for observation.
Yep, exactly.
You have a real concern, you can try to let us know. Sometimes if you text one of the members, then they'll know it and they'll say something. There's lots of ways to get yourself around the corner there. Mr. Bazemore, can you undo everything and identify yourself? Also, yeah, there he is.
Am I? Can you see me, Chairman Ebersol?
You're with us.
Okay, Tony Bazemore, Director of Government Relations with Baltimore County Public Schools.
Okay. And Sam, one more chance. It looks like you're struggling a little bit with your tech there. So, oh, there you are.
So sorry, I'm on Taylor. I'm coming right down to see the Ways and Means Committee, but Sam Mathias from MABE. I'm going to get off camera and focus on the road.
Beautiful. Thank you. We appreciate that too. Thank you so much. That's why we put some pressure on him there. Generally, we'll have some days where we're going to discuss bills and other days where we're going to actually work a bill. I picked a pretty easy bill for us to do today. I think that we actually passed last year. And so with that, we'll begin with a quick description of, and I will do this, of House Bill 102, which is, hold on, there we go, which creates an advanced enrollment process for dependent children of active military members. The advanced enrollment process allows for remote registration once a service member learns they'll be stationed in Maryland in the current or coming school year. If the student has a 504 IEP, the County Board of Education must ensure that the student receives the appropriate education without undue delay once they get here. So they have to get themselves set, basically. A student who uses advanced enrollment may not, withstanding any other provision, remain in a high school throughout the end of the year. This means that because militaries move, if one of the guardians moves, but for some reason the student can remain, even if under normal circumstances we would say, well, you're no longer living in the county. Since that's unusual, the school system would keep them on through the end of that particular year. The Secretary of Veterans and Military Families has to publish information about advanced enrollment so that military families can take a look and see what it is we're doing for other assistance and services. We do have an amendment, and the amendment would add to the list of things the Secretary of Veterans and Military Families must publish and maintain information on. The Secretary would have to additionally publish information about the Purple Star Schools program, which the sponsor of this bill is also responsible for being in front of us. Would appreciate that. And the Interstate Compact on Educational Opportunity for Military Children, which is referred to in the hearing quite often as MIC 3. And so I'm willing to take questions. on these or other parts of the bill, and also on the, I would be willing to take a motion on the amendments if someone would like to do that as well. Delegate Miller.
Move approval on the amendments.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve the amendments, which is just adding additional information. Do I have a second?
Second.
Properly moved and seconded by the sponsor. Is there any further discussion on the amendment? Yes, Delegate Pasteur.
Just turning my thing.
Okay, great. I saw your hand go up.
Oh,
All right.
no, wiping my hands. I'm sorry.
If there's no further discussion, excuse me, on the amendment, all in favor of the amendment, you're all on camera. If you just put your hands in the air. I see Kevin Hornberger. Delegate Hornberger is here. I don't know why my hand went up. I think it sees you do that sometimes and puts it up. There we go. We're unanimous on the amendment. The bill is in its amended form before us. Is there any motion or discussion on the bill as amended? Yes, Delegate Miller.
Move approval on the bill.
She moves
Amended.
approval. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Thank you. I think that was Delegate Roberson with a second. It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion on the bill as amended? Okay, seeing none, we'll take a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 102 as amended, please raise your hands. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hands, and that is enough. And that really concludes our business for the day. If anybody has any questions, please, about procedure, we will do bills that will take a little more work. Also, we know that, and I'm going to say this quickly, but we'll discuss it more. There has been, I might be coming and going. There has been a bill passed in last year where we allowed a particular county to go to its school year requirements of being only the number of hours they have of instruction, not the number of days. And now we will soon have another bill before us from another county, which is about hours and days, but it's a completely different thrust on the bill. This is Montgomery County. If you care to look it up, it's out there. But it occurs to me that we are now beginning to enter a series of situations where we're going to begin piecemealing requirements for counties across the state for the requirements for days and hours for instruction. We are going to have a meeting on Monday, the 16th at 4 p.m., where we will invite all the members of the committee and several of the advocates who represent various groups, not to actually make decisions yet, but to decide what sort of issues we should probably be dissecting to perhaps come up with a unified state policy that adjusts that. I will send out some of my suggestions prior to that, but that's a week and a half away. And you're welcome to attend. We will not be voting. This is just a discussion with the committee and some of the advocates. Delegate Hornberger, you have a hand up.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. And to echo your words, it might be, better to just set a statewide policy with some guardrails, I guess.
That's what we're thinking. Yes. I mean, if you take a look, if you remember what we did with Anne Arundel, it was absolving them of the need to have a number of days, and they only have to meet hours. But Montgomery County's bill, in short, says if they get into a problem, like they might after having not had school last week, and they apply for a waiver but can't get the waiver, they're asking us to say they could meet one condition or the other, and that would suffice. We put a bunch of guardrails on the Anne Arundel County bill last year, and I will probably suggest, and hope some of you would, some guardrails on the Montgomery County bill, to which, by the way, the Montgomery County delegation chair feels like that's fine if we, kind of nail it down. But my problem is we are going to be creating many different situations. The Anne Arundel County bill has a sunset at the end of the 2027 session. And we would do the same with this bill if we work something for them in the present, but with the idea that all those would sunset if we get others, and that at that point, we would hopefully create a unified set of rules. There's lots of things out there you can look at. I'm going to just run real quickly. Schools are required to have 3 extra days, according to COMAR. The number of hours is different for high school than it is for elementary and middle. I think for elementary and middle, or maybe I forget where middle is on that. We have regulations for virtual schools when you have a virtual day for it to count. Bunch of things that are regulating how we manage the school year. And so I think with virtual has thrown a whole new set of variables in that we need to get together also. But all we're going to do with the meeting, so you can think if there's broader things, or if you want to talk more about what you think we need to discuss in any of those subject areas. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be taking those down. And then offline, I will be talking to you all about what we might do. There could be a bill this year, but I don't think we would apply it right away. But there's a discussion, I think, because sort of the door has been creaked open here a little bit, that we need to begin to kind of get a hold of things and come up with, like I say, a kind of unified policy for school systems across the state, like we've had for quite some time. Okay, any other questions? Just letting you know, you might want to put that on your calendars if you'd like to be there. That's going to be a live meeting in the committee room at 4 o'clock on the 16th, Monday the 16th. We're gonna kind of just be there together and talk with people from ABE, from PZAM, from MSEA, from the department, and also BTU, and some superintendents actually too, especially the two that have so far gotten themselves involved in this. All right. Thank you all very much. That concludes the meeting. Thank you. And